What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all are having a good day. Seemed like we nailed it today. Should have been pretty easy. We dropped down to 5 minutes. Open above, very bullish. Get in on a retest. Right at the open, they gave us our retest. This is our spot to close. So it should have been a pretty quick in and out. Even if you got in on this retest here, you're solid. Actually, that would have been even better. Wouldn't be mad if you got puts up here. But they really did exactly what we expected them to do. We went up and we hit, finally, our target of the 272 fib from the bull flag, right? That said, I'm in a little bit of a hurry today, so I am going to crank through this like there's no tomorrow. But we've been expecting that level to get hit for quite a while now. For people that trade futures, this level was good last night. Came to it, bink, and ran. For SPY people, doesn't help you out very much. I should mention as well, I would not take stock advice from me at all, especially not today. I went downstairs to make coffee like I always do. Turn on my coffee machine, get everything ready. I make iced coffee, right? So I put my ice in my cup and put the coffee in the coffee maker, and I'm sitting there waiting. I'm looking at my phone, looking over stock stuff, and I'm waiting, and I'm thinking to myself, God, this is taking a really long time. So I'm waiting, and the machine's making noises like it's doing something, and I'm just waiting away. And then finally, after 5 minutes, I'm like, what the hell? It still hasn't made my coffee. I look down. I didn't push the on button. You know, like kind of a little important, but whatever. So yeah, I would not listen to anything that I have to say. I'm going to turn on TPO. This is close. Yeah, poor highs, poor lows. Excuse me. They are going to be giving us some fireworks. All right, let's see what futures are doing. Flat. Big picture, volume was a little bit higher than yesterday. Again, we finally hit our bull flag target. I'm going to start erasing this now. We've been watching that since, I don't even remember, I think the 17th. So there's that. Looking like we might be forming an abandoned baby candlestick pattern up here at the top. Would not be surprised to see a sell-off tomorrow. Let's see, though. Let's look at our calendar for the day. Have almost nothing as far as news. Pre-market stuff and more pre-market stuff. So actually, during the day tomorrow, there's nothing. Oh, I should share something really quick. I'm a little bit bummed. It is what it is. It's life, whatever. Can't change it. But for me, a little rough. The where is it? Why can't I see? Trying to figure out the best way to show you guys this without like doxing myself. Okay. So my son's band, Orion, they're playing today at the Orange County Fair on the Meadow Stage, which is a pretty massive event. Um, and unfortunately, I cannot make it because I have work tonight. A little disappointed because I know they're going to tear it up and it's going to be a good time, and I wish I could be there. But it is what it is. They made the event at the very last moment, kind of thing, and I was already scheduled to work, and I tried to find people to cover for me, and or find people that could either work for me or that I could trade a day with or whatever, and just nobody was available. So unfortunately, I'm going to work. Um, what else am I doing here? Let's take a look at the fear and greed index. I'm sure we're in extreme fear. Um, and just so that you guys know, this is not just some random like thing. It's actually well, over here it explains what it's based off of. And it's based off of actual math. So it's not just some random like, oh, some random analysis that's like, oh, I think we're in extreme greed right now. So anyway, we are still in extreme greed, which does not surprise me at all. I think Intel missed their earnings, right? Which sucks. I'm very bad at calling out earnings plays. I'm joking. I'm actually pretty good at it, but lately I've been missing. See, like, really? They missed on earnings. Did pretty well on revenue. And I'm kind of surprised, like, their CEO, I would expect him to come in and say some good stuff. I was saying we're going to 25, and they went to 24.31 and then sold off. But anyway, I would expect their CEO to come in and say something about the future of the company that would make it still go to 25, but that didn't happen. I'm not at all excited about calling stuff here. I don't even know if I want to give you guys levels because I don't have any magic voodoo. Let me see. Let me open up my cluster chart. I do have a tiny bit of magic voodoo, but not much. So this is that zone that we drew last night. We've already covered this, but just to show you guys, this was our high volume node before the market closed. This was our retest in the overnight session, and from there we went and made new all-time highs. All right, I got a level for you guys. Kind of. Obviously, I do not chart on Quantower very often, so I don't know where anything is. It's always a good time. This 411 to, I can't believe we're in 6400s. 414. Well, so sorry. That cough came out of nowhere. I didn't have time to turn my head or cover my mouth, and definitely didn't have time to mute myself. That was wild. $4.11 to $4.14. So far this week, I've only traded Monday. And I don't really care. I'm really not a gambler, and I want some normalcy before I trade. I don't like trading all-time highs, new all-time highs. All right, 850 candle. Oh, yeah, basically to the bottom of the 850 candle. So my peeps should already know what to do here, based on the poor high at the top, sell side high volume node. Um, Alrighty. Tomorrow, I would like to see this, this, um, so you have options. I'm not going to draw, or I'm not going to write all of this out, but obviously, if we do this, whatever, we're going to get in on the retest of the previous day value area high, right? Even safer is waiting for us to lose that sell side high volume node. We want them to clean up the poor high, come back inside. Actually, I don't want to put this there. Let me put it over here. Oh, and then also to give you guys this level. 635.73 to 635.48. We can also target to exit. Sorry. If you want to get really freaky deaky, you could close puts here. The only area where I would really be interested in getting in calls is if actually I don't want to draw it like that. This yo or I'm running out of room here. Let's see. This here. If you have questions, now is the time to ask. Sorry. My kid cannot find where they're playing. Wow, this is annoying. I can understand why they can't find it. All right, well, I'm not going to... I'll let them figure it out. Let me... Actually, sorry, I'm going to check one last thing here. 401 to 402. They're going to bounce it here. Let me just make sure my levels are good. Yeah, we're good. Actually, I'm going to adjust my levels a tiny bit. Let me just make sure I don't have any imbalances. I kind of forgot to check. Yeah, that same area. Oh, wait, is that my drawing? No, it's not. Yeah. 401 to 402. This is going to be a big spot to... You could even just grab calls right there. So this area here... Oh, shoot, this is buy side. I don't know what I'm doing. Told you guys not to take advice from me today. I don't even know what I'm doing. This is a massive level. I would highly expect a bounce here tomorrow, but yeah. Play it by ear. Just do this. I really want that white line. Walt Stevenson, you could watch yesterday's video. We talk about it. You can also search my channel for any for volume profile, and or like you can search my channel for class, and all of my educational content has class in the title. And then find a video that says volume profile, and that's going to talk all about previous day value low, previous day value highs, etc. Sebastico, I would if it wasn't so far away, and also, I mean, they could still clean it up. I just think our initial, we're going to get a bounce here. After that, they might come down and clean it up. I wouldn't be playing a retest of a retest, but when we touch this level the first time, we're going to bounce. Okay. All right, I got a couple of messages. All right, just kind of hanging out for a second to see if there's any questions. But Sebastico, really good question. That's Eddie Cheeseburger, right? You guys with your different names kill me. Very good question, very valid question. I just, with the insane level that we have here, I think we get an initial bounce right away. They could do the same thing here, but I would really like to see them clean this up and hop in. So. Alrighty. Doesn't look like we have any questions. Yeah, Evangelos, same thing. Oh, Junior Lena is asking why I'm saying there's a poor low. If we go to 30 minutes, which is where you check your poor lows, poor highs, strong lows, strong highs, this wick coming all the way back down here makes it a poor low. So if we actually look at TPO, we're not just looking at the wick, we're looking at candles, right? So both the A and B period are within the same block, meaning that this is a poor low. I mean, we could change settings and see if it changes anything. I don't think it will, but it might. I hate how slow it loads on other settings. Indicators, I just use volume profile. So SVP, PVP, and TPO. And then I use initial balance. I broke it. No worries. All right, it just won't even load. I don't like it. Yeah, anyway, this is a poor low for me. They're both in the same block. So that's why. Ace the MC Ace, click on my playlists, and I literally have a playlist exactly for that. Okay. The only so people are so Walt is asking about TPO. TPO stands for time price opportunity. And basically what it is, when we're looking at TPO, we're looking on a 30-minute chart. And what happens is, and if you go to my If you go to my YouTube, again, click like type in classes for the search, you'll see classes on TPO. You'll see classes on time price opportunity, like where it's actually written out. And it'll be explained much better there. But what it is I'm trying to find it like a clean way to show this. TPO, we're always looking, at least for daily, on 30-minute and regular trading hours. And what it does is it breaks up every candle into 30-minute time frames, and then it gives us different periods for each candle. So like the A period is the first candle of the day. The B period would be the second 30-minute candle. C period would be the third. D period would be the fourth, so on and so forth, all the way to M. The main things we're looking for on TPO. So the way I have it drawn right now, all of the letters are combined, right? And it's just showing one big profile. On your TPO settings, you can click expand blocks. And when you do that, it'll actually put them, like A, B, C, D, where they're not all bunched together. And there's a few things that we're looking for. I'm not going to go like really in depth because there's a lot to TPO where you can dive down a very deep, dark, black rabbit hole on just TPO. And you can sit here and analyze the entire market based on TPO, where to enter trades, where to get out of trades, based on how periods are reacting to the periods before. But so I can give a couple of quick examples. Like when we have blocks like this above where the D period, the H period, J, K are all up in the same level, that would create like a poor high, right? If we only had one of them up above, like let's say the J period, then we would have a strong high. Where you have poor highs, you expect price to break above and clean up that auction. Where you have a strong high, if you come back to that level, you're expecting a quick reaction down, or the inverse if it's at the bottom. So like if this was a strong high, if price came back to here, we would expect a strong reaction and a bounce. But in this case, we have a poor low. We're expecting price to break below, clean it up. I mean, it could continue lower, but a lot of times it'll just peak below and then come back inside and then continue up. If we look at yesterday, this only happens on the M period, but we have a spike where the M period made a new high of the day. It could be the M period makes a new low of the day. So you either have like a bullish spike or a bearish spike. And in yesterday's instance, we had a bullish spike. And if you look back to yesterday's video, I said opening above the M period spike of yesterday is very bullish, which is why if you caught from the beginning of the video, we were looking to get in calls if we came back down to this spike and then bounced. And we were looking to close at 635.50 was the level we were looking to close out of the trade. So we pretty much got the bottom and came pretty close to the top. And I'll take that all day. Realistically, it was like basically the top of this run where you wouldn't have got destroyed by theta waiting for the high over here, if that makes sense. But so when you draw your spikes, again, I would watch yesterday's video, but you go from the M period to find the top of the spike, which would be like the wick or the body of the candle, depending on how that candlestick looks. And your spike base would be the top of the L period candle, right? Opening above the spike is bullish. Opening between the spike and the spike base is slightly bullish. Opening below the spike base is bearish. And then it would be the inverse if you have like a bearish spike on the M period. Then opening below would be very bearish. Opening between would be slightly bearish. Opening above would be bullish. Okay, so that's just a really quick, brief rundown of TPO. But again, I have classes on my YouTube channel. You can either just search for time price opportunity or search for TPO. Or again, the best way probably to do it is search for class. So like if I show you guys really quick. If I go to my channel, and under my channel, we'll search. So like this, actually this is an amazing video for the person that asked about, volume profile. This is market profile, volume profile, and trading psychology. And I will link this video. That way you don't have to go searching for it. But this is a great video to watch and learn from. Junior Luna, only for futures. SPY, no. Any stocks, no. I do not include extended hours. Footprints, this is not going to be for most people. Here's volume profile again, footprints. Class on futures. Volume profile, value area, fibs. Where is... I guess searching for class didn't find the time price opportunity, but we can do this. I spelled that wrong. Nice. Here's TPO. So I will share that as well for you guys. All right. With that said, I got to run. I'm in a little bit of a hurry. Got to go get ready for work. I'm in more of a hurry because I have to stop and get gas on the way to work. So with that said, as always, much love, much respect to everybody. I hope everybody has a good mood, good rest of your evening. I hope you kill it tomorrow. And I will see you guys sometime Sunday. I think there's a chance me and... I'm trying to think of what name he goes by on here. Can't think of what his name is right now on here. I can think of his other name on Discord. But anyway, there's a chance me and him are going to be getting together this weekend, which will be cool. I'll throw it out there if anybody... if anybody in the Discord or YouTube or whatever is ever in my area, neck of the woods, or if I'm ever in your neck of the woods, I'm always down to get together, grab a coffee, grab a beer, whatever, grab some food. Always down. Just know I'm going to be strapped. I'm just joking. But I do carry everywhere. But I was literally joking about that in the sense that I ain't trying to shoot nobody, but yeah, it's probably true. Yeah. Anyway, as always, much love, much respect, everybody. Peace out. We will see you on Sunday. Bye. Have a good weekend.